Hello friends, welcome back to Phil's Practice Room stream. Today, continuing in my series of transcribing Oscar Peterson's Days of Wine and Roses, I was again listening to Stevie Wonder's Do I Do, just because there's still 1,000 things that I thought I transcribed correctly. Well, it turns out there's always some more subtleties hiding in everything, everywhere, all at once. And what a beautiful thing to slowly unpack. It doesn't matter how often and how long I spend on this tune. There's always something that escapes me. So very beautiful. But today, Oscar Peterson from the 1964 album Days of Wine and Roses. Sorry, the album is We Get Requests. We Get Requests. There it is. But I will be using Amazing Slowdowner, which you can see right here. Boop. Super amazing little program that I've been using for more than 10 years. It's about $40 from ronniemusic.com, and I strongly, if you don't have your favorite transcribing program just yet, well, my vote goes towards this one because it's excellent. It's really, really good. And it's very simple. It's very lightweight, very simple to use. And that's what I like. I don't need all those waveforms and all that crazy editing that a software like Transcribe provides. I'm more than happy with what Amazing Slowdowner offers. You get to have presets and it's very, very good. I strongly recommend it. So, without further ado, how am I doing today with this particular piece? Let's check it out. We are at let's put it at 55% speed, which is a lovely feature that most transcribing softwares have. But I don't know, I'm used to this one, and because it's lightweight and there aren't a million different features, it means you can just quickly get yourselves working. That part I actually do have down. That one's all right. Oh, have I deleted part 3? Looks like I have. Okay. Oh, actually, that's good. Nope, I need a bit more runway in this one. Hey Michael, how you doing? You're a very loyal viewer. How are you today? Again, I'm running before I can walk. Have you had a chance to play bass or discover some interesting new players on the block? Because I started transcribing this thing, and I've become very, very distracted these last couple of days now that you guys have introduced me to all these great players. I even saw an interview from Emeline Fougeret, that lovely, amazing bass player, French, obviously. She did an interview with another bass player where she talks about like the genesis of her becoming a bass player. It's really cool. Sadly, it's in French, but maybe with the YouTube auto translate, possibly might be able to get some insights from that as well. She's actually a float player, classically trained, which I didn't know. Well, obviously I didn't know because I didn't even know she existed until a few months ago, and recently brought back to my memory. Yeah. Yeah, I think I've got that right. Just the touch is just so light, so light. Gonna have to analyze that one because harmonically it's crazy. It's just I have no idea what's going on in there, but I will eventually. I'll deploy my my amazing keyboardist skills and analyze what goes on in that lick. That lick? I don't like the term lick much. No. Okay, I've got the notes. Time to move on, Phil. Time to move on. Okay, let's put part 4 in there and move on from this section. 39 to 49. I thought I had some of it yesterday, but I'm not sure I've not yesterday, the day before. But I think I might be maybe. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, I had to do again a bit of an octave shift there. But okay, not too bad, not too bad. Although my fingers feel really really sluggish. Maybe I should do some yeah, I don't feel too good today. The fingers. Maybe it's the heat. I'll blame it on the heat. There is a bit of a heat wave here in Belgium, and my usually chunky fingers feel even chunkier today. And I was doing some manual work a couple of weeks ago, and I think I must have done some sort of micro fracture to my finger, because I woke up one morning and that finger, I just could not bend it at all. The pain was excruciating, like really, really bad. And I thought it was like some kind of insect. I thought I'd been bitten by some insect, because it was really, really swollen. Couldn't play at all. But I had to keep working, and finally it feels kind of normal now. which is why I've been sort of iffy on the playing side. You know what I mean? It's just, yeah. I'm blaming my tools. My fingers are my tools. Let's put a click on and do a little bit of actual practice. Mike, tell me, have you got any practice tips? Any like staple exercises that you still do nearly every day? Stuff that gets you going. Because obviously the one finger per fret stuff and all the variations really good. But they can get shall we say boring? Yeah, we'll say boring. They can get very boring. They're as necessary as they are boring. That's how necessary they are and boring. I say I'm going to put a click on, and I absolutely don't put a click on. That's a good point. Scales, actually. I haven't done scales in a while. Let's do some scales. What am I doing? That's not how you do scales, is it? Let's do them with 2 octaves. What am I doing? Dory. Oof, I am rusty. Major scale, minor scales, and associated chords. Scales don't bore me like most players. You're a very lucky man then. And then I play arpeggios of the 251 and permutations just to get flowing with my fingers. Last night I saw someone posted the old Rocco Press Your Finger style video that came out on VHS. Oh yeah, I remember that, yeah. And he has some octaves exercises that are exactly what I need. Is that on YouTube? I'd love to see that, actually. I'd love to give that a go, because yeah, that guy has mastered octaves like nobody's business. What kind of permutations do you do of 251s? Yeah, I'll try and find that out. Francis Rocco Prestia. If I type VHS, am I gonna find it? Fingerstyle funk. Oh my, that video posted 19 years ago. Jeez.
The best way to get comfortable with this is to practice going one direction at a time. Low, high, then high, low, until you get comfortable with it. Then you could try putting the two together. Just take another look at it.
How does this start? Does it change all the time? It's not like a pattern that he's repeating, is it? It's a proper linear bass line. Sorry, what did you say? 1357. 1357 for each chord, then 3157, then 5. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean. And then I like that one. 5137. Nice. Five, 1, 3, 7. Ooh, that one's a bit tricky for me to wrap my head around. And then 7, 1, 3, 5. 7, I love that. That's a really, really good exercise. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 3, 5, 7. 3, 1, 5, 7. 7, 1, 3, 5. Oh, okay, yeah. That's very good. That's a very good exercise. You were talking as well about the melodic minor modes. Is it correct? Is it something like that? Oh, it's been so long. It's been so long. Thanks for refreshing my memory on that one. I absolutely need to do some more of these exercises on the melodic minor stuff. I just get so absorbed with transcribing that I completely forget the basics sometimes. Yeah, it's excellent. What were these modes again? So obviously chord, obviously minor major 7. That's Dorian flat 9. Is it this one called Super Lydian? Is it Super Lydian, I think? It's a sharp 4 and sharp 5. And then dominant flat 6. No, Mixolydian sharp 11. And then Aeolian flat. Aeolian. No. Dominant flat 6. That's it. Yeah. I can't remember what this one's called. And then Super Locrian. Yeah, they've got these ridiculously obscure esoteric names, but everything's got to have a name, right? We've got to name stuff. Yannick Guzdala always says to do that in all 12 keys, and I'm like, yeah, right, who has time for all that? I do it in 2 different voicings. C on the 3rd fret, and then C on the 8th fret. C on the 3rd fret, on the A string then. I mean, he probably has a point, though, right? Yannick. He came to my school a couple of times in London. He lives in LA, right? I think he's in LA all the time with Bob Reynolds. Yeah, fantastic player as well. What was that tune called again? Aphelion? Aphelion? That was a jam classic back when I was in the... Let me know if you remember this one. Aphelion by Yannick Guzdala. Yeah, I think people used to play that at jams in London back, in 2010, 2011. That was a big tune. What was this one called? I didn't really hang out with him more than he came to do some masterclasses and workshops. So I must have spoken to him a couple of times. I think he did sub on a couple of classes when he was in London. Did I even get a one-on-one with him? I don't think I did. I did get a couple of one-on-one lessons with Mike League from Snarky Puppy. And that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Yeah, the guys... Phew. Yeah. I've got some good memories with the Snarky guys. Before they well, actually, no, just as they were exploding, they were invited by a school supervisor to do 3 days of workshops at the institute in Kilburn, and then they did a private gig for us at the pub just across the road, and I was stood right in front of the horn section when they were playing that Skate You tune from their first album, their first live album, and that was mad. And then we went on a crazy bender, and I eventually ended up in a bar with a lady and on a sofa, and I had my arm around her and a beer, and then the Snarky Puppy guys walked into that bar afterwards, and they saw me and they were like, "Dude, you've got classes tomorrow. Are you going to be able to say?" Those were the days. 15 years ago, maybe, something like that. Crazy. Snarky Puppy, man. Whew. They really, Mike League, Yannick, yeah, they really shaped a whole generation of bass players as well, I find. Yeah, that time, damn, it was crazy. It felt like there was something really exciting about the way these guys were doing music. Yeah, if you were a little bit into fusion and rock and a bit of jazz and all of that, it was, yeah, never heard that before. And you had the Dirty Loops guys as well. A Girl, a Beer, and Snarky Puppy. There might have been two girls. On the sofa. I'm not sure. Could have been. Let's start a rumor. Terrible behavior I used to engage in at the time. There's another one of these tunes. What are they called? Yannick. That was from his album. What album was that? Not even Barcelona. No. The Space in Between. Yeah. Carrot Juice? Four Brothers. I think that's the one. I think that might be the tune I was talking about. They're teasing us with that melody. Wow, that tune brings back memories. Whew. And then you've got Yannick doing his melodic stuff. Beautiful. The Space in Between album in 2010, 15 years ago, and I think I bought it at the time. I bought the a digital copy of the album. I must have played a million times in my in my school. Everybody was onto Yannick and Henrik Linder and his amazing slapping and with a Snarky Puppy. Beautiful stuff. I'm gonna check that out. That Francis Roccoprestio exercise. You said you had the full video on Kostas Siozos. Modestly, I play with a group called Tower Power. I'm also a moonlight as a Miles Davis impersonator. Okay, I'm gonna have to. That's my evening sorted essentially. Gonna have to watch the whole of that video. Okay, now back to Days of Wine and Roses. going to get that trill in there as well. And I think we're nearing the end of the solo, really, if I'm not mistaken. So 39, let's go to go to 49 and 59 and give this a shot, because I don't think I've heard that section yet. That was 10 seconds. He's taking his time. 49, 59. Let's do 09 and go up to, yeah. That's essentially the whole keyboard. And that's the end of the solo. I don't have this part yet, obviously, but we're getting there. I'm missing a string. How far does he go with this one? Nope, not 1 minute. 2 minutes. So, starting in D. Not sure how I'm going to do this. Not sure yet. That's several times the length of my neck. Yeah, there's some trickery will have to come into play here. No, it's a different note. I can't just do that. Slowly, 1 inch at a time. A little bit slower. Let's cheat. Getting there, getting there. I'm nearly there. I'm nearly there. I didn't have the part at 49, so let's fill that gap. 9209. 209, please. I'm just missing one little switch at the end, but we're there. Shall we try the whole thing? For shits and giggles. Don't think I'll be able to do it, but it's worth a punt. Let's see where we're at. Yay! Okay, one solo nearly transcribed. I'm missing one little bit at the end, but apart from that, I've got all the notes. I don't have all the articulation, nor the speed, nor the phrasing, but we did it. We did it. It really helps to. It really helps, guys, to just do 1 hour, roughly, an hour of all of that, and then, yeah, I'm quite proud of myself on this one. Quite chuffed. Okay, let's go mental, absolutely mental for no reason, and put it at 70%. See what happens. That's what happens. Turn the volume up a bit because I need to hear. Whoops. Yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens. Can't do it at all. At 70%, which is mental. I've got 40% to go in terms of speed. Whew. Well, the most important part is getting the phrasing in, right? It's not to play it at the actual speed. I'm not as a virtuoso as the legendary Oscar Peterson is, but I can assimilate, integrate, implement some of his melodic genius to my own playing, and hopefully nobody notices that I'm stealing. But that's what we all do, right? Okay, I'm going to give this one a pause and come back to it tomorrow. Actually, coming on to an hour. What do you fancy doing, Mike? Shall we listen to a little bit of Francis Rocco Prestia wisdom? I think we can do that. Let's play that little nugget again.
Hi, my name is Francis Rocco Prestia.
I am the coolest guy in the neighborhood.
I play with a group called Tower of Power. In this video, we're going to answer some questions that are frequently asked me about my technique and my approach to the instrument.
Is he flirting with us?
First,
seriously, come on.
About my technique and my approach to the instrument. First, I want to tell you just a little about me. I've been playing with the band for a little...
That looks like a dating video.
I'm going to answer some questions that are frequently asked me about my technique and my approach to the instrument. First, I want to tell you just a little about me.
I'll just tell you a little bit about me. I like gardening, cooking, spending time with the lovely lady I've got in front of me tonight.
I've been playing with the band for a little over 20 years. Some of my influences go back to the 60s, early 70s, like James Brown, Sly Stone, the Memphis sound, the Motown sound, players like James Jamerson, Duck Dunn. I consider myself basically a rhythm section player, not a soloist. Although I feel like I'm soloing all the time the way I play, but it's always from inside the groove. Anybody who may have heard
Hi, Gamer Buey.
any records or seen me play
Welcome
live
to the stream.
will notice that I'm a pretty busy player. And I just want to make the point that it's okay to be busy, just as long as you don't step on nobody's toes. And with
Oh, say no more, Francis. You had me at hi. I play bass in the band Tower of Power. Now tell me a little bit about yourself. Do you also enjoy long walks in the park?
that, let's tune up and get started. Okay, here's a G.
Okay, the tuning. Maybe we can actually.
Here's an A. And here's an E.
Okay, we're in tune. Hi, Gamer Buey. Are you a bass player yourself? Musician? Are you a musician or a singer? I'm just kidding. Classic joke. Classic joke.
Left hand technique. We're going to start with the right hand first. I use 2 fingers, and I use just this part of the fingers. And I personally use hand cream just for sensitivity to the string.
And he's also very sensitive. Guys, come on. Give this guy a chance.
Because I've had problems where my fingers would stick to the strings. I position my hand in the middle of this area. Not back here because there's too much tension, not up here because it's too much flack. I rest my thumb on the pickup or on the E string.
I did notice that he doesn't tend to. He doesn't tend to do what I like to do, i.e. I came from the school of following your. Whenever possible, I like to follow that camera angle is awful. Okay, a little bit better. I should have done this from the beginning, actually. Sorry, guys, I gave you a terrible view from... You've got a problem with sticky fingers as well, you guys. I think he's... Funnily enough, I did put hand cream. I had a shower after work in the garden today, and I put some cream on my face because I've been in the sun all day. And yeah, it feels like my fingers are flying. No need for fast fret when you've got old strings and a little bit of a hand cream stuck to your fingers. That might be something to look into, Mike.
For support. And you'll notice I play fairly hard. You'll notice I don't pluck underneath the string and pull it, but I just pluck it firm, alternating constantly, almost all the time. If you dampen out the strings with your left hand like this, you create this percussive sound, or what is called ghosting, where the notes are completely dead.
I forgot to put the video back. Mike, do you happen to know if he was a heavy smoker? Because he certainly sounds like one.
As far as my left hand is concerned, probably the most important thing I do is get this muting sound, where the notes are short and percussive, but you can still hear the tone of the note. And the way I get this is I'll put my second finger down on the note that I want to hear, and putting the rest of my fingers down, the third and fourth. This is the sound that you get. Now, if I lift the third and fourth.
You're very attentive, Mike. These 16th notes. What do I do to drill 16th notes? They're still a little bit swingy. If I pay close attention, mine are still a little bit a little bit staggered. How would I drill that? You ever heard the song I like to practice with tunes? Do you know this one?
Deep inside of a parallel universe is getting harder and harder to tell what came first and underwater with thoughts can breathe.
There's that. Or yeah, like all the Tower Power stuff, obviously. I did have a little backing track, Mike, if you fancy grabbing that from the Patreon. Close this project, don't save. And it's supposed to be kind of an emulation of What is Hip? Yeah, I mean, I'm just sort of jamming here, but yeah, What is Hip? That's a little drum track that I made that I think you can download from the Patreon link that is just there. Come on, I'm so terrible at this. This link here. If you go to Patreon and you type in Phil Plays Bass, there's a few backing tracks that I did, and I call this one "Where's My Hip" because I'm Belgian and I don't have a great sense of humor. But yeah, if you don't have anything to practice to, either practice to Parallel Universe by the Red Hot Chili Peppers, because that stuff, to do the whole song playing sixteenths is it's a real workout. But in terms of drills, put them everywhere. Ah. You know what I mean? Just pick a song that you like and just put 16ths all over it. Obviously, it doesn't sound great everywhere, but the riff in the verse. Obviously, practice it a little bit slower than I am now, because I'm not nailing it. It's totally unnecessary, but putting ghost notes 16ths everywhere is also a really, really good exercise. Yeah, any excuse to put 16s in there. What's another good one for string skipping? The Chinese Way, level 42. I always go back to that song. Yeah, fantastic for string skipping as well as 16th notes. Okay, I'm getting hungry, guys. Next time I'm gonna make myself some actual sandwiches, and that way you'll look at me transcribing jazz and eating chicken sandwiches. But I've really enjoyed this today, Mike. Again, thank you very much for being a part of this. We've exchanged some interesting bits of information. I need to write down all of the cool. How long have I been playing bass, Satoshi? 20 years. Practically to the day. 20 years, yeah. I started when I was 17. I picked it up a little bit later. Oh, today. About an hour and 15 minutes? Yeah. Something like that. But I really want to do longer streams, but it's a bit difficult to find a good window that I can get, just a bunch of people talking, because that's the point here. And just having 3 or 4 people just talking, there's just so much information flowing, and it just reminds me of the good old days of when I was at school, and all we were talking all day long was just bass, music in general, cool techniques or whatever we were working on, just waiting for our lessons in the lobby. Or you've got an hour of gap or a couple of hours or whatever, and everybody would just get their basses out. And yeah, that was a good time. And I'm kind of I'd like to recreate this kind of stuff here. And who knows, maybe we can get some people on Zoom and do some interactive lessons as well. There's a million different ways this could branch out into a cool. The whole world hangs out and plays bass. Tomorrow, most likely, Michael, I've been postponing doing a French stream for a while, and I kind of feel like I should do a little bit of something in French as well. It doesn't really help with the sort of international vibe. Maybe I'll give that a try. Maybe I'll give that a try in the morning, and then try to stream for a little bit longer in the evening. Maybe we'll do that. Yeah, and then I'll probably take Sunday off. Yeah, I might do a shorter one tomorrow and actually schedule it. I'm I'm not sure yet, because I might have some work that comes in. My life is a little bit sort of difficult to plan at the moment, without getting into the details. So it's kind of like last minute, off the cuff type of thing. But thank you, Zatoichi, Michael. It took 5 years of French with Duolingo and never became conversational. There's no substitute for being surrounded by the language. No substitute at all. I'm so thankful and grateful that I got to spend 15 years in London, because it just speaking another language, especially one so prominent as English, just completely opens up the world to you. You get a brand new perspective on everything. And yeah, funnily enough, I've become a lot more chill since I learned English. I don't know, maybe you understand the world a bit better, I'm not sure. The language of business and politics. Yeah, maybe we'll do a politics stream as well one day. And then be immediately cancelled. Thank you very much, guys. I don't know if you could hear that, but that was my stomach grumbling. So it is time. It is time. You Americans don't even speak English well. Nope. You use your language in interesting ways. I'll say that. And you've got a fantastic sense of humor. The Brits and the Americans have got the best comedy in the whole wide world. There's no competition at all. We always say, oh, the Belgians are very funny. No, not compared to the Brits, man. Or the Germans. German humor, no laughing matter. On this fantastic joke, I will love you and leave you. And I'll finish watching that Francis Roccoprestia video later on. Maybe with a little bit of jazz in the background. Maybe a glass of red. Who knows? Who knows? Some oysters, maybe. Thank you very much, guys. I shall see you tomorrow. And grab your bases, grab your advice and recommendations, and we'll have a lovely exchange tomorrow late afternoon. Doodles.